Our mini message today starts in Genesis 19 and in verse 27. Let's look at 27, 28, and 29. It says, "And Abraham went early in the morning to the place where he had stood before the Lord. Then he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah and toward all the land of the plain, and he saw the smoke of the land which went up like the smoke of a furnace. When God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham, and he sent Lot out of the middle of the overthrow, and he overthrew the cities in which Lot had dwelt." So this really ties back around to Abraham. Remember, it was just the previous day that Abraham had had that conversation with the Lord and the two angels that go to Sodom and Gomorrah right there with him. And he had asked God to spare the city if he could find 10 righteous people. Remember, he went haggling, right? He was buying a used car. He started out, I believe, at 50, and then he worked his way all the way down to 10. And the Lord, let him intercede there, and the Lord listened, and the Lord granted that to him. And so as he gets up that next day, Abraham went, and he went to the place where he had met with God, where he had sat with Christ. And from that spot, he could see the smoke. It talks about it was like a furnace. And as I think about this, I think it weighed on Abraham. Abraham wouldn't have interceded for the city and tried to talk God into destroying the city for fewer and fewer righteous people. What about just 10, God? He told him he would rescue Lot. But I think Abraham was sad here. He had interactions with these people. He knew of their sin, definitely. But at the same time, it shows the heart. It shows that he cared. He didn't want to see this wanton destruction. He cared about these people. I like that. I like that you see a tender heart in Abraham in these moments. And he knew that with this destruction, he knew that God heard his request and had answered it. There hadn't been 10 people, but he also knew he had protected Lot. He trusted that. He believed that. So Abraham here kind of mourns for these cities and the lost souls that are in them that rejected God and faced his judgment. And see, that's the thing. We're all going to have that choice to make. That choice to embrace God, his salvation, and what he teaches, to seek after holiness, or to reject God, to reject salvation, and to face his judgment. As the Holy Spirit draws us and pulls us, we have that moment where we'll make a choice. What's your choice? Each person has to make it on their own. And to not choose God is to choose his judgment. It's a sad end to a sad story. But it also shows God's grace and that he saved Lot at all. And it shows that God is a God of holiness. It's in his character. It's who he is. And it's what he calls us to be too. You guys have a blessed day. We'll talk to you soon.